Hi, everyone, and welcome to Drive, your source for automotive reviews, analysis, maintenance, and restorations. Please subscribe to our channel, watch the entire video, and of course, click on notifications to be first to learn about new videos. I'm Chris Capredoni, and this how-to video walks you through restoring a cloudy headlight plastic lens. This procedure utilizes an off-the-shelf headlight renewal kit that is available in any automotive or retail store or available online. The kit contains 3 sanding discs, 2000 grit, 3000 grit, and 4000 grit, a polishing disc, a hand applicator to attach the discs to, polishing compound, and then finally a microfiber towel. The headlight I'm going to use in this tutorial is from a 2004 BMW 320i and has never been restored. This should be a true real-life example to put this widely available kit to the test. Let me set up and we can see what happens. In order to remove this covering here below the headlight unit, there's a little clip right there on the side that you depress in and pull out and it will detach. So I'll attempt to do that right now. There we go. And there we go. Okay, the first step that I've been working on is to start with the initial sanding. I put on, first I'm going to continue to do wet sand, and by spraying water. And then what I've put on this applicator is the 2000 grit adhesive. And it's just a process of continuing to, this is heavily oxidized, so continue to keep sanding with the 2000 grit, keeping it wet. This is probably going to take 5 to 10 minutes at least, maybe even 15 minutes, because it's very oxidized, it's pitted, it's in pretty bad shape, and I want to make sure whether this kit is capable of removing everything that it needs to in order to bring it back to a clear shine. So I'll continue on. Remember to cover the entire area as evenly as possible. Apply a little more water. Remember, this is not a dry sand, this is a wet sand. The process of wet sanding has come from the glass industry, and that's how glass is polished clear. It's a process of going through several stages of grit in a wet sanding environment. Still continuing to do the first step with the 2000 grit. I've just dried it off to inspect what's going on. I don't see any pitting anymore, but I still see some yellow tinge, which tells me that I need to continue on with the 2000 grit before I move to the 3. The better you prep it in the lower grit gradings, the better it will be when you hit the 4000 or 5000 if you're using, in order to get that very clean finish. So I'll spray it again and continue on. I believe I'm finished with the first step, which is sanding with the 2000 grit, because what I'm looking for is not for it to be crystal clear at this point. It's too early. What I'm looking for are scratch marks, which I will not be able to remove as I move up to a 3000 grit. The 3000 grit is more designed to start doing a pre-polish, not to remove pits or yellow oxidization or fine scratches. So that's why it's so important to do the prep work, which is in step 1 with the 2000 grit, in order to remove all those fine lines and pits so that you can focus on the polishing aspect, moving from the 3000 to the 4000 and then finally with the rubbing compound. So I'm going to continue on now, moving to step 2, which is a 3000 grit. Again, it's a wet sand. I just wiped off with my microfiber towel all the water. I'm in the middle of doing the step 2, which is a 3000 grit, and it's coming along nicely. I'm going to continue on doing a little bit more. Something that I should clarify is you'll notice that I'm always sanding in one direction. Do not change and go in the opposite direction. That's called cross sanding. Always continue the entire process moving in one direction, which is from side to side, the entire length. If you want to rotate something, rotate the abrasive so that it cuts a little bit better, but do not change the direction that you're moving in. I'm always going in this one, and I recommend highly that you move in that direction too. After 5 minutes of intense sanding at step 2 with 3000 grit, I'm confident now that I can move on to the third step, which is using the 4000 grit, which is a much finer grit. Again, it's a wet sanding process, so I'll wet it up, spray it up, and start going again. Okay, I've just wiped it off with my microfiber towel to check how I'm doing with the 4000 grit. I think I'm going to go just a little bit more, and then I can move to the polish stage. I've completed the 4000 grit sanding step, and now I'm ready to apply the rubbing compound polish. So on the applicator, it's just like a high density piece of foam, and I'm going to be applying the polish. You apply it to the applicator in an X pattern, like that. Well, as close to an X as you can get. Then you start polishing. Now I'll be polishing in this direction and also in this direction, so cross polishing. So here's the final result. It didn't actually take too long with the rubbing compound. It took about 2 minutes to get this finish. And I just want to let everyone know that this is an 18-year-old lens. So if I can make a really worn out 18-year-old lens look like this, you can literally do it to anything with just a little bit of time and effort. All time invested in, probably about just under half an hour. And the kit cost about $30 just off the shelf from my local auto parts store. So you don't really have to gear up with a lot of expensive equipment. Just buy a heavy-duty headlight kit. Thanks everyone for watching this tutorial on how to restore a pitted and cloudy headlight lens with a widely available heavy-duty headlight restoring kit. You do not need a lot of expertise or fancy equipment to restore your headlights to factory new condition. It makes your vehicle look so much better and actually allows more light to emanate out of the unit, which creates a safer driving situation for you and other drivers. You can perform this process over and over again as the headlight reoxidizes. I hope you found this tutorial easy to follow and beneficial. Remember to use proper eye protection. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and select the notification option. Drive, your source for automotive reviews, analysis, maintenance, and restorations.